All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to a unique episode of the Queens of BravoCon podcast. We are live with all of the fun mistakes that come with that. Bear with us. If you're listening to the recorded version of this, we will try and clean up those mistakes. But we have a lot of super fun friends live in the room with us, both here and on Facebook. We're going to be taking questions live. So I'm joined by a ton of people. But most importantly, no offense to anybody, my amazing co-host, Lisa.
Hello, darlings. I'm running moderator duty right now. So as John is talking, I'm trying to mute people, turn off their cams, the fun things the Zoom moderator does.
All the good stuff.
And I'll manage the chat. Maybe next time we'll have a real moderator. How's that sound?
Well, we're not that fancy, Lisa. Let's not get carried away.
It's okay. I know. Our production budget is zero.
It's $0. It's important, I think, that we note at the top of this show, we normally bury it, but at the top of this show, we have to say that we are not affiliated with BravoCon, NBC University, Bravo TV, or anybody except for Lisa and John.
That's right. It's all our own thoughts. All the BravoCon.
Yes. Okay. Before we get into it, Lisa, moving. How are you doing? How's it going?
Yesterday, I had a packing crew of girls who live in my neighborhood who were happy to help me move. They were not excited I'm moving, but they were just like, we want to come help. So we had mimosas. We packed up the kitchen. As you can see, there's stacks of moving stuff. And I have...
Whoa, pause. You invited people over to mimosas and my name wasn't on that list? Are you freaking kidding?
To Nashville, you're more than welcome.
I fly to Nashville for a mimosa. I guess I could probably get one cheaper.
It was a lot of fun. It was fun. But I'm about
you got to dial in to do it.
Oh, what's that? I think I gotta mute someone again.
All right.
That happens, John, every time I do a session. Here we go. It's my job to mute people. We've got Susie on. She'll come on here in a minute. Oop, I didn't mean to announce our special guest. But okay, I think we're good now. So anyway, I should be moving next week. So every show moving ahead, you're going to see a different background. I'll be in a hotel one day. I'll be in I'll be in my new office in a few weeks. It's my bedroom. Actually, I've got a bedroom for me and a getting ready room and my office. So it's old and it's pink. So it's going to be lovely.
I live in New York City, so that much space is very foreign to me.
Oh, no. My backyard is like the size of 10 of your guys'.
All right. Well, stop bragging, Lisa. That's just mean at this point. So do we want to introduce our special guest now since we've already kind of preempted it?
We certainly can.
All right. Well, we are super lucky to have the other queen of BravoCon with us, Susie, who is Lisa's co-moderator from the BravoCon group. Lisa, Susie,
Susie, let me go add her to the chat here. So,
hi guys.
We're gonna put you on vid. Are you ready?
You can, but I don't think my video is working. That's the only thing. So. I just got a new laptop and I feel like a real boomer. I have no idea how to do this. I'm so sorry. I tried to do it last night as a test run. Cannot get it on. It says the host has asked you to start your video. Okay. So where do I go for that? Because I have more. Also, you guys are, it's not glamorous over here. My son and husband are sick. So you're going to hear them fighting in the background.
Oh, no.
It's just another day in the life of Susie McGee.
I feel your pain, Susie. Lisa and I spent way more time than I'm willing to admit trying to get this to function.
I think an hour yesterday.
I know. I was on last night and I was like at the beach all day and having cocktails and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what's going on with this new laptop. And then today I tried and still couldn't do it. So it wasn't the cocktails or the beach. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
You're the drama. You're the drama.
Always.
Well, the good news is we can hear you. So it's okay that we don't see you. We'll get over it.
Well, but I'm going to try and start the video.
Okay.
Like I got my roots done today. Like, I mean, things are happening. So let's try and start.
Got your roots done. Lisa's wearing her good shirt and I'm just over here being myself. Yay!
I'm here, you guys.
He did
Oh my
it.
God. And I didn't think I was going to be able to get on camera, so I have no makeup on. I took it off already.
That's
That's
okay.
okay. A queen of BravoCon is a queen of BravoCon. Makeup, no makeup. Hair, no makeup. It doesn't matter.
I got no glam on, but here we are.
I love it.
Okay. I've had some no glam shows. John is
I know.
I've had some no glam shows too.
John wears the
I
same
know,
shirt.
but Lisa, I mean, you're looking like done up tonight. You got a very, good look about you with those glasses. I love it.
My training every day now. So I had to learn past COVID that if you're doing a training session every single day for people, you have to look good.
Yeah.
They're not you people that understand me.
Yeah.
They're people who
It's
pay
tough.
me.
Exactly. So it's so funny because I just actually met somebody that is going to do my glam at the hotel in Vegas. So I'm very excited for that.
Are you going to share details so the rest of us can get glam done too?
Yeah. So I have to kind of get in contact. I know her through another Bravo group, and she is she lives in Vegas, and she's not going to BravoCon. So, but she's like a huge Bravo person. So she's like, "Do you need glam? Like, I do makeup, I do hair." So I'm excited to check that off the list. And I just told my husband that Monday I'm going to probably delay my flight and do a helicopter to the Grand Canyon. So all clean shit over here. All clean shit.
Oh, that's cool. I just found out about the MGM Grand apparently has one of the best lazy rivers in the world. So that's where I will be Monday.
Sign me up, because I'm going to a lazy river on Friday, and it's in New Paltz, New York, and it's at a place called Yogi Bear's Jellystone Park. So
You're going somewhere in New Paltz, New York, and you didn't. The two of you need to start inviting me to things. This is not acceptable behavior.
I mean, John, you know that I live on Long Island, right?
I know. You're going to drive by my house to go to.
Pretty much.
It's fine. I'm not bitter.
Yeah.
I'm clearly a little bit.
My husband's probably very close to your house every day. So, we have to definitely make a plan at some point.
I love it. Anyway, we have to get to questions, friends. That's what we're here for. I had one that I pre-polled that I really wanted to talk about. The BravoCon friends have already answered this question, but I feel like it's going to be helpful to put it on blast. But for everybody who's here in Zoom, if anyone has a question, do we want to raise our hand, Lisa, and have them ask it verbally?
They can get on the camera and ask if they want. I'm all for open. This is for everybody. So if you want to go in the chat and just say you're okay with it being on YouTube, remember, and on the Facebook Live.
Yep. Or if you're watching on Facebook Live, you can ask in the comments on the Facebook page and I'll read it out loud.
I'm seeing it here too. They're starting to pop in.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on there. I love it.
But until there's a question, me and Susie can talk about, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I have a question that I want to answer, but you guys, I'm not stepping on your toes.
We had a dramatic week here at the BCFB.
Yeah. Oh, we should talk about that. Yes, please.
It was kind of wild. I'll let Susie tell that story. Come to question.
All I have to say is, thank God I quit my job 2 weeks ago, because this has become a full-time job. My morning routine is doing carpool to camp. And then my late morning into pretty much evening is getting through the drama of what's going on in the group. There's a lot of scammers out there. And there's
Uh-oh, we have some guests here. Hold on. There we go. They're muted, I think.
So, yeah, no worries. So, we've had a bunch of people that have been in a different BravoCon group that come over to ours to kind of, ask us what our expertise are with ticket sales and who do we trust and who do we not trust, and do not trust anyone outside of the group. Don't even trust everybody inside the group. I feel like everybody has to kind of do their due diligence with making sure that things are looking right. I mean, go with your gut. If something seems weird, Don't do it. Don't do the sale. We've already had people in our group, in that other BravoCon group, lose thousands of dollars for like scam tickets. So it's been a lot of messages where Lisa and I are super open to people messaging us and asking us for our advice or our expertise. We cannot be held responsible for your ultimate decision. But I do feel like people are starting to get a little bit wise to the scam. We have a scam list that Lisa has it's the most lovely curated scam list I've ever seen. And it's these people's profile pictures and stuff like that. Somebody messaged me this week that she was out $1,700 from Cash App, and somebody was out from Venmo too, and Venmo wouldn't return the money. So like, everybody has to be super careful. I've told Lisa this before. My brother is a big Formula One person. He like travels all over the world to see Formula One, and they do this kind of scam there too, because the tickets are so hard to come by. Yeah. And they prey on people that may not know. They're like desperate to go to this event. They're desperate to get a ticket. And I just kind of feel like, these scammers are preying on those people. And unfortunately, it's an expensive trip to begin with. Mm-hmm. So make sure you're not losing $1,700 or more or less to, just try and get a ticket, because that's a drop in the bucket with what the trip's going to cost,
Yeah. Well, so I'm really curious, both Susie, Lisa, what are some of the like big red flashing warning signs that you both are seeing that may help other people kind of figure out it's a scam?
Well, first of all,
yeah, go ahead, Lisa.
One thing is that when people are saying they're looking for tickets, someone messages you privately saying they have tickets, which typically we found there's not very many people with tickets for sale. So no. If they have them, they're posting it, and then they're telling people in the group, and people are messaging them. So it's kind of like when someone approaches you, that's a big flag. It's like a robocall. You're not calling them. It's not right. So that's the one guy who's the ultimate suspect. He is constantly doing this. I see pictures every day. And he's just hoping to find the one person who's like, I'll buy him. And he has unlimited tickets. So he's never out.
He's somehow the only person who had unlimited tickets.
Right. And it's honestly like, it's desperation that it gets to. Like, people are definitely really trying to get off the wait list, get their wait list approved. And, patience is a virtue. My dad has always said that. I mean, we're from Brooklyn. And my dad has a lot of little tiny words of wisdom that he always gives me in his Brooklynese accent. And patience is a virtue is probably one of the biggest ones. Like, I know that everybody wants to plan their trip and get their flights and get their hotels, or maybe they already have that. Now they just need the tickets. But we still have some time. I'm sorry, you're going to hear my husband and son fighting in the bedroom. So, you're going to have some time to get all that accomplished. So don't rush at the first scale that reaches out to you, because that's really what they are. Like, these people are like predators that are like waiting to steal your money. Huge red flag is Cash App. Yeah. So that's a huge red flag. Somebody asks you to do Cash App, if somebody won't do a FaceTime with you, if somebody won't do a Facebook video with you, that would be my first thing. If I was going to be asking somebody for tickets, I would say, through Messenger, can we do a quick call through Messenger? You don't even have to do FaceTime. You could do like quick call or whatever through Messenger. And if that person's not willing to do that, or they say, I'm on with somebody else, or I'm messaging with somebody else, huge red flag.
Yeah.
If you go to their profile, you peep their profile, and they don't have a ton of, things out there, which, listen, my personal profile is totally private. So if I was trying to sell a ticket and somebody went to my personal profile, they would probably see a couple of like profile pictures that are public, and that's it. Maybe like things that I donate to, like whatever. But when it comes to that, if the person, and also typos, I have to say typos are a big one. Typos are a big one. I know it sounds weird, but a lot of these people have hijacked accounts.
Yeah.
They've hijacked other people's accounts, and they're, coming from overseas, and maybe their English writing isn't as typed up as it should be, like something like that. It's like one of those are like those would be my biggest red flags.
Right.
Yeah, that checks out. I'll say, so I know we all want tickets, but I don't have a ticket yet. I'm on the wait list. And I'm feeling pretty strongly that the wait list exists for a reason, right? You don't make a wait list if you just want to watch your biggest fans not get tickets. So I'm going to give this a couple weeks while we figure out numbers and what capacities are, and have some hope and some faith that wait list is going to come through. It's really hard because there's not like an easy perfect way to say, like, if you do X, Y, and Z, you will not get scammed, because you can get somebody on video call and you can see that they have a ton of history on Facebook and they've been there for a long time and still have an issue. I think StubHub's the perfect example. I was reading today that somebody bought Taylor Swift tickets on StubHub, which has like a guarantee. If you don't get the ticket, they'll refund your money times like 2. And even on that, they couldn't get a refund. The tickets didn't exist. They were totally scammed through StubHub, and until they contacted a newspaper, which like we're not all able to do, they never got their money. They wouldn't get their money back. So like, you have to be really, really careful anywhere you're buying tickets. Tickets are technically non-transferable. So like, there's not a ton of options.
And John, to that point, just to kind of tell the members, there's been a lot of confusion to what is non-transferable, what is whatever. It's non-transferable is non-transferable. If you buy a ticket, if you buy a 3-day pass or a 1-day pass or whatever, you're getting a bracelet. You're not getting an electronic ticket. This isn't like a Ticketmaster resale situation where you can like send that ticket by email to somebody else. You can't do that with this. It's a convention, and a lot of people have never been to conventions, and I get that. But you have to trust that person that they're going to send you that bracelet. Like, I know it's not transferable, but if they send you that bracelet and then you register that bracelet in your name, it's fine. It's totally fine. You're going to get in, like, whatever.
Yep.
But you need to have that bracelet unregistered to be able to register it in your name like 2 weeks before the event. I mean, it's like 2 weeks. So there's not a lot of time here to kind of go through that.
Yeah, which I think is the other side of this. We talked about waiting is like, even if you buy it now, there's no indication that you necessarily have been scammed for several more weeks, because they can't. And I've seen this. This is actually the really easy way to tell is because I had a moment of weakness. I keep preaching to wait for the wait list, but I definitely messaged 1 or 2 people. Or 7, It doesn't matter the number, it's not important. And one of them was like, yeah,
100 at this point.
But they kept assuring me, they're like, if we'll do it through this, I'll send you everything right away. What do you get? You don't have anything. You haven't gotten this. They don't mail them out for a couple of weeks.
No.
And even like BravoPalooza, because I called them on it, and they're like, oh, I meant BravoPalooza. They don't send out the digital BravoPalooza tickets this far in advance either. So you don't have anything physically in your possession. So you're going to be waiting a long time to get it anyway.
Yeah.
Right. And, somebody had met, and Lisa can talk to this as well. Somebody had sent us a message about, should I give the person that wants to buy my ticket, should I let them just deposit on the ticket? And then if they want to pull out, they pull out. If they decide to change their mind, if they don't get the other tickets that they want, like, what do we do in that situation? And we cannot give that advice. We can only say what we would do in that situation. And, it's really up to the buyer and the seller. I mean, and you have to be able to trust that person. That's why I'm saying, like, to call them quick on FaceTime message or Facebook Messenger and just for 5 seconds, like you just to see that it's an actual person and, you know, to see the receipt of their tickets. That's another big thing. They can pull up that email in 5 seconds if they really bought tickets and if their credit card was charged and everything like that. And I just, you know, I think that we were, not that we were outed, but we were put on display on Reddit. And we've gotten a lot of members recently from Reddit. Reddit's difficult because a lot of people don't kind of know the dynamic of our group. They don't know the, you know, just like familyness of our group. So we've got a lot of people coming in from Reddit like, oh, well, we heard about member-to-member tickets through Reddit and that's why we're joining the group or whatever. And that's all fine and good, but, you know, there's people that's been in this group as long as Lisa and I for 4 years. And, you know, we've seen it all. I mean, I've been at both BravoCons at this point, 2019 and last year, 2022. So, like, you know, we've seen it all. We've also seen miracles happen a day before the event where people are literally messaging me and being like, I have a 3-day pass and I can't use it. Can you gift it to someone? Like, let's give it to someone. Like, somebody already paid me for it, can't use it, whatever. So, you know, anything's possible. We're so far out. And I know it doesn't seem like we're far out, but we're so far out at this point still, which is wild because it feels like it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm booking glam for God's sake.
One of the only ways of doing this that I saw work, and like not telling you to do it this way, but I previously saw somebody who was selling tickets. They asked the person they sold it to send them they had like an extra ticket. So they said, send me a $20 deposit and then I'll meet you in front of, this was the Javits Center. I'll meet you in front of the Javits Center day of, give me the rest of the money there and I'll give you the wristband. So like, it was the like, show me you're serious with $20. And like, from a scam standpoint, okay, $20 is not $1,700. So
but $20 is $20. And if they do that to 100 people,
yep. Even that is
$2,000.
It's true.
Well, let me add in here that for people who are wondering about tickets, I'm going to add in some things that we recognized the first 2 BravoCons is that 3 months is what we have. People's lives change. They have to cancel. They can't go. And what Susie said is correct.
They lose their job, like anything.
Yeah. And the last 2-3 weeks is when you're going to see the bulk of ticket sales come up. Okay. So if you're on a wait list, stay on the wait list. We know that that's, you know, still out there.
It's going to pay off, y'all. I feel the wait list is going to pay off.
Here's the thing is that the last 2 or 3 weeks is also when scammers hit extra hard. We saw that the day of BravoCon. And let me tell you how loyal our people were that were even at BravoCon. They were in the group on their phones, helping moderate and catch scammers. And me and Susie at BravoCon, we're still trying to moderate the group from our phones saying, get that scammer out of here. And we were catching people and it was wild. So the last
I was at Larry Hustler's Club when Dorinda was there the night before BravoCon even started on my phone with people messaging me saying, oh my God, do you know of any tickets? I just got scammed out of a VIP ticket, like whatever. And I'm just like, this is a bad look for me, but here I am, like helping everyone out.
I know. And that's what we all try to do is we're all still helpful. So this year we kind of got some things in place. We added some moderators who are helping us and helping everybody. So we got a bigger team. And so shout out to Sherry and Lindsay for that. Thank you, girls.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God, girls. Thank God you came on. And also, we've always, Lisa wasn't there the first year. She wasn't there in 2019. I was, so I was kind of the boots on the ground person. And I was just going through my pictures from 2019 of our first meetup. And our first meetup, I think there were 20 people that came. And those 20 ride or die members are still friends with us to this day. And I'm going to post those pictures closer to BravoCon to show like just, you know, kind of how small the meetup was. And then last year it was like way over 100 people. I don't even know how many people were there, but
300.
The bar sold out like 300, something
300.
crazy. So, you know, we've definitely come a long way in that time period. And the fact that, you know, last year we had one moderator that wasn't at the show that we just put on for that weekend. And she did a really good, amazing job.
2 moderators.
But it's a lot. Yeah, 2 moderators. It's a lot to do, especially during the weekend, because they're meeting us, they're looking at, you know, Lisa's, you know, her sign of join our group and whatever, and there's people joining, there's people asking questions. It's like
on the back of my scooter.
Like yeah.
I remember that. That was fun.
She had a QR code.
I remember Lisa's driving down the one of the hallways and somebody's like chasing her with their phone trying to scan the code.
Yes. I'm going to give you a little preview of BravoCon 2023. On the back of my scooter this year, holding the QR code is going to be,
oh yeah.
You want to hear it? It's a big surprise. I'm going to tell you all here. It's going to be the bunny. The bunny from I found an Etsy site that sells the bunny. So I'm going to hook that on the back with a little helmet.
Of course you did.
That's it. It needs a helmet. The bunny, the clubhouse bunny needs a helmet.
The bunny. Yeah. I'm not getting the clubhouse one, but I'm getting a fake one. But it's so dang cute, and I'm going to hook the little QR codes to his little feet.
I love that. Oh, that's so great. Okay, so just being aware of time, I know for our East Coasters, it's already 9:00. I don't want us to go too late, but wanted to move off. We had a couple of comments pop up in our chat. The first was about international tickets. So if anyone purchased bracelets from outside the U.S., it's good to know you can't or you won't get them mailed to you. You have to pick them up at the box office. They don't mail internationally. So kind of tying into the scam, if somebody's telling you they live in a different country and they'll mail it to you, they are lying and you can't pick them up. Like we said earlier, they're non-transferable on that Bravo side. So
yeah, that's a good point, John. Really good point. Really good point.
Well, and I'll take credit, but it was actually Lou. So really good point, Lou.
Oh, there's lots.
Well, we have friends. We have like ride or die BravoCon people in our group from Canada, and they've been friends of ours since 2019, and they go through the same thing. They have to go to will call. They have to pick up their tickets. So just kind of keep that in mind. That first Friday morning, you don't want to get there like right before the doors open if you're picking up a ticket, because that line is going to be probably a little long.
Yeah, well, and in the past, that has actually opened up on Thursday, the day before, right, to pick up tickets. Yeah. So keep your eye on the FAQs. As it gets closer, they'll update. It'll tell you the hours for the box office. So you should be able to go the day before and pick up your ticket so that you're not waiting.
Awesome.
So
there you go. I'm muted.
Oh, okay. I had a question pop up on Facebook that I fell in love with earlier today. Somebody had asked the group in general about flying. Somebody said they'd never flown before. And so they were asking about airlines, which how cool they're going to fly for the first time to come to BravoCon. Like, I just think that's
love
really
that.
But they were worried about cancellations and delays because it has been the summer of cancellations. So this one spoke to my soul because I fly a lot for work. Lisa's moving, so she's going to be in different hotel rooms. I'm flying to like 7 different cities in the next 2 weeks for work, so I will also be in hotel rooms. But with that in mind, couple things you can do. One, and this is me being a snob, I acknowledge that. Avoid Spirit, avoid Frontier, especially if it's your first time flying. It's not the first time flight experience you want. Stick with, in this case, she had like United and Southwest as other options, both good options, but get a direct flight, especially for this summer. Well, and this obviously is November, so it's not summer, but get a direct flight. It's worth it. You don't have to worry about connections, because if you miss your connection, it just all starts to unravel. So
I
Mine
agree with
unraveled.
that.
Mine
And
unraveled. Sorry.
Wait, what?
no,
No,
go ahead.
yours unraveled?
Remember my first ticket I bought in 2021, which it was changeable because of COVID. So
Yeah.
then I had to change it in 2022 and I had this weird mishap. So I ended up getting a credit for something. And then I tried to book it for a visit home before I decided to move home. So I had to change it again. And then United left it as like this freak, ticket in the sky for me. And then I had to call Expedia and spend like 2 hours on the phone with them to get this rebooked ticket from Nashville to Vegas. I finally get that booked after that nightmare. Then I'm moving. So I had to call yet again and beg, and it took 5 calls. And now I get to take a bus to Minneapolis.
I mean, who doesn't love that?
I love this.
You bring up a really good point for those folks like me who don't already have tickets. I purchased a fully refundable plane ticket. It was like an extra $75 through Delta, who I use for everything. And I booked a hotel room that I can cancel up to 24 hours in advance. So like I can plan the whole trip and pay for it and do it. And then if it doesn't work out and I have to be the BravoCon group needs a moderator, so maybe that's what the universe is telling me. I'm supposed to stay home and moderate the group.
John will be running the command center from home.
But
exactly.
It's funny.
It'll be like Control Center Brooklyn,
right?
or New York, or wherever you live. I don't even know where you live.
He's gonna shut that laptop and go, "Oh my God, it's so much during the weekend." Wow.
Yeah,
exactly. And so I booked JetBlue as soon as we got word of which I can fly direct from LaGuardia, from JFK, usually do Delta. JetBlue, I had a credit, so I just ended up doing JetBlue. My flight times have been changed twice now.
Already?
This far out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
JetBlue is having problems.
Well, JetBlue's having a ton of problems, and I probably should have been smarter about it, but it is what it is. If I want to cancel the flight because they've changed the schedule, I can do that as like a credit and just have that credit. I mean, I go down to Florida every President's Week with my son, so like I know that I'll definitely be able to use that flight. But I'm kind of wishing I had done Delta. And now my husband, who is like literally Real Men Watch Bravo, that is him. He is that guy. He was at the Vanderpump Rules event with me in the city, like just glossed over. It was wild. All of a sudden he says, well, I want to go. And I'm like, well, now the flights are $700. So now you can. Like, sorry. Mama trip.
Yeah.
Lisa and I talk about it all the time. I'm like, sorry, mommy's trip.
Yeah.
You know what? You got to do the Susie and Lisa again.
Yep.
It's different
Always.
with other people.
No, and luckily, I'm very close to the city. My husband's in the city every day. So it's like, when we get invited to these off-shot events that Lisa and I get invited to through Bravo, it's, he's always on that list.
He gets to go to those. I don't.
Yeah.
Does.
No.
Yeah, well, I know.
Speaking of people who don't have tickets, and somebody on Facebook asked this, if you can't get tickets, are there other places that you can go see Bravo Labs? There's already a bunch of Bravo Labs. I think there's 2 or 3 now announced shows that they're doing in the area. We know they're obviously in Vegas, and most of them go out at night and hang out. So even if you don't get tickets and you want to make it a fun weekend in Vegas, you certainly can, and probably see plenty of people out on the town.
We would have made
a really good point.
A good time. He could have been our chauffeur or our or something.
Right. Well, it's funny because last year everybody found out where the Bravo Labs were staying very early on. Yeah. I mean, I think they found out like Thursday, and they were all pretty much at the same hotel, besides probably some OGs or some really big people. They were all, downtown meatpacking at a certain hotel, and it was very close to a certain restaurant that nobody mentions anymore on Real Housewives of New York, but whatever. And people were going to the bar the first night or two and seeing everyone after the event. And then all of a sudden, security got a little hip to that and was like, oh, if you're not staying here, you can't come to the bar. it was kind of like one of those things. So I think in Vegas, especially, there are so many hot spots that everybody's going to be at. It's not going to be one sole place,
No, I don't think so. They'll be out.
Well, I mean, there were celebrity sightings. There were celebrity sightings last year just outside the venue. Yeah. I mean, that's where people are coming in. They're pulling up in their cars and they're coming in through the normal kind of doors that we all are. At least last year at Javits they were. And people were meeting serious Bravo Lebs on the street right in front of the place and got some of their best pictures. So you never know.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because for Bravo Lebs, and Lisa and I have talked about this before, but we have to remember that this for them is a really kind of fun weekend, and it's different and special because a lot of them can go about their daily lives and not be recognized by folks on the street, versus BravoCon, where everybody knows you and wants to take a picture. And even if you're not a huge ego person, it's got to be an ego boost. They want to do that. They want to see you. They want to hang out.
They're eating, I'm sorry, but they eat that shit up. There's no doubt in my mind.
I would too. Listen.
I would too. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool. We did have
they've all even said that it's like their Super Bowl. It's their event. It's their thing. It's so much fun. There's hookups. You hear about the drama and the hookups. Remember, Lisa, when we were hearing about some hookups in the VIP lounge, the SVIP lounge, or somewhere like a Bravo, was it Bravo Palooza or something? And people were like spilling their guts to us, like, oh, well, we heard that this one hooked up with this one last night and whatever. And I'm just like, wait, what? What's happening?
A lot of wild speculations there, which we'll have again this year.
Yep.
Oh, 1,000%.
Brennan Shep.
Yeah.
I'm already rooting for her. my Shep and Bryn.
I know, guys. I have to walk out for like 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you in a sec.
Move on.
Yep. We had a couple other questions that came in. Anybody who's on the Zoom, if y'all have questions, raise your hand, flag it. We want to get those. There was one about food, and this one keeps popping up. About food. Do we have to leave the venue to eat, et cetera, et cetera? I wanted to share, because Caesar's Forum is obviously different than other locations. So I'm going to share this. If you're listening on the podcast, go check out the YouTube to see this. But this is the floor plan of Caesar's Forum. This is all available online. I'm not showing you anything top secret, but I just want to point out, so like Javits Center has a true traditional food court, which they used in 2022. This does not, like, as you can see, it's also almost exactly within a couple thousand square feet, the same size as Javits in 2022.
The whole Javits?
What's that?
The whole Javits?
Well, the whole space that BravoCon was in, for Javits, because it was only on the first level. All of Javits is bigger, but event-wise, I'm making the assumption that they have all 4 of the ballrooms.
Oh wow!
Which I think is a fair assumption to make. But that means it'll be pretty even to the Javits size. Little corners, but it's a lot more joined together. In Javits, there were a lot of like hallways and turns and deep corners. But there is no food. So if you're looking for food, this little bridge on the side is the Sky Bridge to the Harris, the Link Hotel, and the monorail, which is the best way to get around Las Vegas that I'll talk about 12 more times. So you can take that to get inside. There's plenty of food over there. There's like a McDonald's, a couple other places really, really close by if you're doing BravoCon on a budget. But they also have this parking lot space out front. And in 2019, if we remember, they had food trucks. So we may see some food trucks popping in out front. But that all leads.
There's no food there.
There's no food inside.
Oh my God, I thought there was food.
Nope. But if you bring
restaurants in it,
you can bring food with you. Okay. You can bring food in, you can bring your bag in, you can do all of that. You don't have to rely on their food inside. They have like a kitchen, but that's for like a convention that's sitting like seated dinners, you know? So
I hope there's good food trucks, because I could use some food truck food. Truck food.
Food truck food's the best. Anyway, we're already at 45 minutes, Lisa. You and I get together and we start gabbing.
I know. And we let Suze today join in. So I think, you know what? I want to thank the YouTubers for real quick. Me and John still have to get to replying on that. There's 3 in the queue, and I will do that. Maybe next session we'll talk about the monorail.
Yeah, let's talk about the monorail next time.
People are starting to talk about the buzz of the monorail, and I think that's important for you to know that, you know, I saw a post someone say, it is not close from one hotel to the other. I warned y'all in the beginning. You might think it's like a regular metropolitan city where it's just boom, boom. No, it's big stretches between each one. That's why the monorails can be helpful, because especially if you've been drinking and you're tired and stuff like that, a big walk is not going to help you. It's dry, it's the desert, and you might get exhausted. So just jump on the monorails. We'll do a full, maybe we can find a YouTube that has a monorail like virtual tour or something. We can show off. John gets excited with the monorail.
I love the monorail. It's so cool. There's a whole history of the monorail. Anyway, sorry. I'm not going down that path. But do you want to give the sneak peek of the meetup that you were talking about?
So I did get a meetup location. It's not like the bar at the hotel by the Javits. We were spoiled there. I will say that again. But I did get a location. So it'll be Thursday night from 6 to 9. I'm not going to say where, but I'm going to say it's close enough that we can do an affordable Uber, group Ubers. I think by that time we'll have maybe what I'm going to call ambassadors at each hotel. Someone from the group who's going to be like the little cheerleader for the group.
We're scaling up, Lisa. This is crazy.
I know. I'm like, I need ambassadors now. So like each hotel will have people. So if you want to do a group or Uber to the video, to the meetup, that'll be fine. It's not going to be a large place, but I got the whole bar.
Nice. So it'll be good.
There's a stage and we can do fun stuff, and the owner's super stoked, and it's my old neighborhood when I used to live there. So I totally know it. And I was so happy because we're going to be giving to a small bar that really needs the service, and it's a vintage place. It's got a lot of cool vintage vibes. So it's perfect. And there's a big outside area, so I can go out and smoke all I want and not bother people. But it's actually, you could smoke at Vegas bars. Did you know that?
No.
You could. Yep. Vegas allows smoking at a lot of the bars. So just be careful of that if you don't like to smoke.
Sorry, Lisa, but
okay. I know.
As I open up like my Nicorette lozenges, you're like, oh yeah, they love that. They love that. They love this.
Oh yes.
I love it.
You know what it is? I only smoke when I drink, but I'm addicted to these stupid things. And I read this article saying
Aren't they supposed to help you quit?
What?
Isn't the lozenges supposed to help you quit? Isn't that the point?
It is, until you get addicted to those. Yep. So I just had to make sure my son was asleep, tucked in for camp tomorrow, because I don't care what kind of coffee he has, he's going. And I just made myself a drink in my Real Housewives of Long Island cup.
Cute. Hold on, I gotta show off.
Aren't the lozenges supposed to help you quit? Yeah, they are, John. Yeah, they are.
Okay,
don't come for me unless I call, please.
That's my tagline. People try coming for me in the group. Don't come for me unless I call for you. Jeez.
Oh, that is Lisa's Real Housewives tagline. 1,000%.
I'm gonna have to be right after you because I come for everyone equally all the time. Don't know what to tell you.
Oh, it's all fun in our little Bravo land.
I love it.
Okay. I know. I'm like out of Lisa, I'm out of my regular vodka, and my friend just got back from Panama and bought me this like really expensive rum. I'm not a rum person, but we had some like Coke in the fridge, so I was like, oh, make a rum and Coke.
Is it Kraken?
No.
That's what I have.
I'm going to be up all night with a little bit of caffeine in me at this hour. Jesus Lord. My husband, so Real Men Watch Bravo, just came out of the bedroom and he said, are you almost done? We have New York to catch up on and Below Deck's on. And I was like, all right, settle down.
Well, on that note, we clearly have to wrap this up. We've got things to do.
We are going to wrap it up. There's a bunch of stuff in the chat, which since I'm recording, I'll make sure that we cover it if we missed it here. We have a cheer captain. So someone wants to be an ambassador for one of the hotels. Yay. We'll be having lots of fun with that because I'm going to need people on the streets.
Yep.
It's going to be wild.
Love that. Oh my God. I love that. A cheer captain. Who is this Jessica? I love her.
We have a BravoCon squad / street. What's it called? Street team. Well, we'll do it.
Street team. Yep, for sure. No,
All right,
yeah.
guys.
And, you know,
All right.
this has been so much fun. Thank you guys so much for asking me to be on. I'm so happy that my camera, this isn't my good camera. So I've got no makeup on. My hair's in a bun. Did not expect to be on camera at all. Not my good camera, but this is so much fun. And now you all see why I booked Glam already. And my dermatologist. And my dermatologist for like late September. So here we are.
I love it. All right.
John.
Take
Let's
us out,
close it
Lisa.
up. All right, we're gonna close the show.
So good to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
No problem. See you.
Thanks, Susie.
Guys,
Yeah.
bye.
Join the Facebook group by just going to BravoCon, which I think most of you are already there already. You can also check out our YouTube show, which is Queens of BravoCon. I'll get this published up tonight or tomorrow morning. And you can go to bravoconcommunity.org and sign up for our newsletter list. The only way to get to the meetup is to be on the list. I'll have to figure out a cute saying for that. But
And remember, we do this to help all of you. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, I know we missed a bunch tonight because we're just chatty Cathy's. I can't help it, but we will get to all of the questions. We'll do it in another podcast, but thank you for joining us. If you have any others, you can always email us at queensofbravocon@gmail.com.
thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.